Hey y'all, how are you doing? It's been a while. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We have a lot going on with immigration, as you can tell. And you may have heard some of this news already. There's good news and there's some bad news. Just some things that we're going to cover to give you an idea is about DACA, TPS, immigration reform, of course. What's going on with that? Because there's a lot of movement out there, but most things are not visible to us. We're also going to cover some news for the immigration court system and some news about ICE. So there's a lot going on this past couple of weeks, and thanks for tuning in. Okay, friends, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting. If you're tuning in for the first time in a while, hey, thanks for the heart. By the way, please smash the like button if you enjoy our content. We try to give it in a shorter format than most other YouTubers, just because I know your day is busy. So we really go dive into detail. So let's do that. Okay, friends. So here I'm going to add to the screen our little PDF here about what's going on with immigration. Friday is usually more of a weekly immigration news content here. So, but if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask, post it in the comments anyway, and we'll try to get to it. Okay. So again, here's the agenda in terms of, so DACA first, let's cover that. Okay. First thing is DACA. If you did not catch the news from last week, we did post a video about it. A Southern District of Texas federal court, a judge named Andrew Hannon, had ordered that there has to be a hold, no approvals, no denials, no decisions on new applicants for DACA. No new initial applications for DACA can have any decision. Okay, so what does this mean? The judge basically is telling the government you can't do anything, but for new for people who already have DACA but have an application to renew it, you can continue making a decision on that. So it's different than an outright. There was no order to say outright DACA is completely unlawful. But as you can imagine, the Biden administration will definitely appeal if they haven't done that already. So they'll get that going. And then the next thing that you should know about DACA is on the uscs.gov website, Department of Homeland Security has said that basically they can still continue accepting applications for new applications. But why the heck would you do that? If the judge said you can't make any decision making on that, don't send it in. That's my honest tip, because not to say you had to quote unquote live in the shadows, but you had to pay the government at least $495 if you hire a lawyer. You may have already paid a lawyer. I get that, but just have your law firm hold on to it. That's just my honest opinion, because if ultimately the government is going to, let's say the courts ultimately find it completely unlawful, even after the appeal process, then you just wasted $495. Look, I get it. You're ready to pay the lawyer. You consider that a wash, but you don't want to waste more money if that's the case. But knowing how things are with the court system, it's going to go back and forth. And as we discussed before and shared with you, and you likely know this already, and this is what Trump was trying to do actually, is to push Congress to do something. If you remember, of course, 99.9% of the time, President Trump was against immigration. But like anything, any policy making that he had, if he had any kind of policy decision or making on that items, he was back and forth, right? So for immigration, he was at least pro DACA in terms of getting Congress to do something, but Republicans generally don't like to do anything that wants to help people. Even with corporations lately, they're not even helping them. So I don't know what the heck Republicans are doing, but this is an opportunity. Even if you're not a U.S. citizen or resident, please, for your friends and other family members, contact your elected official, your politician, write them a letter, write them an email, somehow just contact them, and you can find out who that is. I'm sure you can Google search it or Bing search it, but you can go to our website, greencardguys.com, go to a resource page, and there's links to how to search, put in your address to find out who your elected official is. Okay, so what else to share with you? Okay, TPS, there's been designation for Yemen, okay, on when to apply for that. So if you're interested, go to the uscs.gov website on that. And for Haiti, we're still waiting on the window period. So Stay tuned for our channel on that one. Okay. Now to immigration reform. All right. So here we go. Here's our friends. Okay. Here's our friends. And yeah, they, you know, I don't know which one you like better, but okay. There's some news reports that said that, Senator Joe Manchin supports immigration reform. Well, was that so obvious? I don't know. Some people might think that it was obvious, and some people don't think so at all, because he kept saying, "Oh, I want to wait." Not only does he support immigration reform, I believe it was a Hill.com website that reported that he supports immigration reform specifically even through the reconciliation process, okay, a budgetary process where it only needs 50 senators plus one, which the tiebreaker would be Kamala Harris, vice president. But, you know, he said that back in, was it 2006 or 2013, last time they had a bipartisan group of senators that wanted to pass something. Obviously that fell apart like it always does. So I challenge you to challenge people like Joe Manchin and let them know, don't fool with us. If you say you're going to support immigration reform, you got to support it all the way. Don't just support it in segments, okay? And so actually, that's what leads to this little fella on the right, Senator John Cornyn from Texas. Oh, our other friend. He said that he supports immigration reform, but very big condition on that. He only supports it if it's only for DACA recipients. Hey, I get it. We have a lot of clients who are DACA recipients. That's great and everything, but there's a lot more people that the American Congress, Congress folks, our politicians can support. TPS holders, farm workers. We already know about HR 6, American Dream and Promise Act, that was passed. I don't know, was it February? This first full month in Congress this year, they passed it right out of the gate. Come on. I mean, if it was, I completely get it. I don't like, personally, if I was in Congress or something, I wouldn't want to pass something that I haven't read, right? I want to vet it out, make sure it's correct. But Republicans, good Lord, they always say, oh, I need to vet it. I need to read it. Well, read it. They're just lazy. They don't want to read it. They just flat out, for immigration, anything pro-immigration, they just flat out don't want to approve anything, okay? It's ridiculous. So please, to help out, if you're a U.S. citizen watching this, please help your friends and family, your coworkers, your people, your folks that you hire to do things at your house, landscapers that do maintenance work in your home, your properties if you own a business, your restaurant workers. Please support them by writing to your politician. Look, I have restaurant clients that are having a hard time, and other business clients that are having a hard time hiring people. You might wonder why. It's not just the pandemic, okay? President Trump really did some damage in terms of reputation in the United States. It really hurt. The numbers came out. Annual numbers are out about, how many people applied. Less people. Okay, he really did some damage to the process of immigration. So yes, it will take the Biden administration some time to get it back to order. It's getting there. Sorry I'm late I meant to start at 10 a.m. Central Time, but I was 20 minutes late because I just got back from an adjustment interview, okay, for a couple clients, a married couple, and it went well. We still have to find out decision. Okay. Just want to share, but it does take some time. Usually the officer usually does not give the final approval right there at the interview. But anyways, so it took me some time to get back to the house. Okay. To record this or go live. I mean, so I do see a couple comments here, but how y'all doing? I will get to y'all. I want to go ahead and finish the agenda here for those watching that are going to watch later. Okay, so there's our buddies. So yeah, by the way, John Cornyn, I checked congress.gov. You can do that yourself if you like. I set alerts for immigration anytime there's anything new, any new proposal or new progress going on in terms of literally on the floor of Congress. We get those alerts every day. There's something going on. Honestly, right now, most of the time, it is anti-immigration. I'll show you that in a second. I got a short list on them. There's a lot more, but I'll show you in a second. So yeah, John Cornyn, our buddy over here from Texas. I don't know. I highlight. Okay, there we go. Our buddy from Texas. He said he only wants to support immigration reform if it's only for DACA recipients. Yo, dude, this was 20 years ago, or what, 2012? That's when you could have said, I support only DACA, okay? But times are different now, okay, Senator? You need to get with the program, and now you need to support more than DACA, okay? If you had supported, yeah, I'm talking to Senator John Cornyn, so share the message, okay? Let him know and all his Republican fellows. It's now time that they support more than DACA recipients. Look, if they had passed the immigration reform that was brought up with a bipartisan task force back in, I believe, I don't know, 2006 or 2013, then sure, maybe the talk of immigration reform wouldn't be going on right now. But you kind of passed that time now, okay, Senator John Cornyn, and let your friends know you need to get with the program. Okay, so enough of my rant there, because I know a lot of clients, a lot of friends are been waiting. So let me get to the next page. Okay, there is a appropriations bill for related to immigration. Okay, and people ask, how do we get a budget reconciliatory process done to include immigration? And this is how it's doing. This was proposed by representative out of California. She was one of the co-sponsors for the American Dream Promise Act. And here it goes. Okay, I just gave you a short little snippet here. Department Homeland Security Appropriations Act 2022 is what they called it. This is what it includes. Okay, I won't go through the entire list, but it includes funding for Customs Border Protection, the more obvious one. It also includes money, like I believe $100 million, okay, for Customs and Border Protection. It actually said the wall. Oh, well, sorry, they didn't say wall. They used the term barrier. Okay, so by the way, friends, leave a comment, okay? Even if you don't have a question, but you have a comment, literally a comment about what I'm sharing with you, please let me know. Let us know what you feel about anything I've said about John Cornyn, Joe Manchin, or any of these proposals, okay? But here it also includes funding for actually FEMA, which is obviously very important if there's a natural disaster in America. There's also funding for USCIS. Not just, it's very specific. There's line items for facilities and also for operations. As you can imagine, for operations, that's also includes money for, of course, employees, hiring more people, and also, what's it called, for the technology, okay, technology infrastructure, okay, that's very important because Democrats, of course, they don't want to put money, or at least not as much money, for the wall, the exterior barrier, okay. So yeah, that kind of give you an idea. So anyway, that's how they can get immigration reform passed, if they include line items like this for actual funding, okay. So going to the next page, here are the Republican proposals. Okay, let me share that. Okay, I thought I had it. Keep going back and forth, and it keeps moving my screen here. Okay, add to stream. So here it is. Okay, so all these Republican proposals are anti-immigration. The first one here, No Amnesty Act. So basically, this doesn't say no immigration reform in the future, but there's at least 10 executive orders signed by President Biden so far. It's only it's in July now, so the first 7 months of his presidency, he's signed at least 10 or more. And this No Amnesty Act is just saying, look, any money going to any of these executive orders no money can go towards those initiatives, those executive orders. So, which is pretty ridiculous, but they're trying to just put a hamper on anything related to immigration. Okay. Another one, Secure and Protect Act. There's by Senator Lindsey Graham out of South Carolina. He's also a bunch of talk. Okay, he's one of the original Gang of Eight for bipartisan, but he's all talk. Nothing's been progressing on his bill. since March when it was only introduced. There's one for HR 2086 for Agricultural Guest Worker Reform Initiative Act. Okay, that's really only for, even though it says agriculture, this Representative Crawford had put in some terminology to say it's only for farm workers. So he actually wants to change the terminology in the immigration code. Okay, let's see here. So there's also the E-Verify Accountability and Verification Act. Okay, it's basically saying this is not mandatory E-Verify for every employer, every company. So if you're an HR manager or your HR department, this is only E-Verify mandatory for federal contractors. Okay, so if you have, your company gets a contract from the federal government, then you have to go through mandatory E-Verify. I think they propose a fine, I think up to 30,000. I don't know, pretty high. I think so. I remember seeing 30,000 about something. Okay, don't quote me on that one. HR 1883, Protect America First Act. And this is from Representative Marjorie Greene from a bunch of these people on here are rookies. Okay, Lauren, the first one, Lauren Boebert from Colorado. She's a rookie, freshman, I guess you can call it, in Congress. So is Marjorie Greene Taylor. They don't know what the heck they're talking about. Okay, they don't know. They just want to follow the rhetoric, anti-immigrant rhetoric from Trump. They have no idea what they're talking about. I mean, I can tell by looking at their proposals, they have no idea what they're doing. They just want to follow Trump still for some reason. So smash the like button if you like what I'm talking about, telling the truth about all these people. Not only do we share the proposals, we go into research these folks and see if they know what they're talking about, really so that you can feel comfortable if really these anti-immigration proposals or pro-immigration proposals are actually going to gain some traction. So that's why we put on here the co-sponsors. How many co-sponsors? They got 10, 2, 15, not much. Okay, so they're not going to gain any traction here. There's one called Ending Sanctuary Cities Act 2021. Some of these are proposals from the previous sessions of Congress, and they just reintroduced it because when you have a new session of Congress every year, it has to be reintroduced if it didn't pass the previous year. Another one here, HR 3530 on the right side, Illegal Immigration Penalty Enhancement Act by another rookie, Troy Nels. He's out of the Fort Bend County area here near Houston, Texas. First terms representative. That's really more focused on people who are recent entrants about children. Okay, so specifically as well. So let's go on to talk about the Democrat proposals. Who cares about those Republican proposals because they're not even helping. They're not helping people at all. Okay, so I'm not going to go into these specifically, but we already know about the HR 1177. It's got a companion bill in the Senate, 1514, the U.S. Citizenship Act. Of course, everyone would love to get that one passed because that's the one that said that if you enter before January 1st, 2021, and you show, of course, physical presence and among other things for that, then basically you're good to go. You're part of the program. It's very, very basic parameters on that, but will be very helpful. But it's a good starting point. Okay. Let's see here. So EGO Act of 2021, that's more about the employment-based quota or the cap on that. Families Belong Together Act, that's more from Representative Joaquin Castro. That's more about the literally keeping families together, parents and children who entered, for children under 18 that entered between 2017 and 2021 or 2020, really basically during Trump's tenure, right? The ridiculous things that he did. There's also the Fight Notario Fraud Act of 2021. I love that one because that not only is because there's a lot of people that come to us as second or third representative, but this time we're the actual licensed attorney that they're going to, and they've hired someone, a notario, or what they call, let me remove this here, what they call the immigrant consultant or paralegal. When a paralegal doesn't work anymore for a law firm, you really want to be careful. I get it. Maybe they charge a little less, but most of the time I actually hear that people charge more than a lawyer, which is crazy, really crazy. So smash the like button if you like that proposal because they put in proposing penalties against these notarios, okay, these immigrant consultants and some even pretend to be a lawyer. Actually, some pretend, tell the truth and say, look, I'm not a lawyer. Okay, that's already a red flag. You should know that anyone can look at a website and spit out information, right? But do they know the law? Please be careful, okay? I talk to my immigration friends and colleagues almost every day about someone talking to us about their kind of situation. And of course, I don't go into the facts, but saying, hey, I just had someone come talk to us and say they hired a notario and they did all these horrible things, took all their money, and then didn't follow up on the case, right? That's why you hire our law firm. We follow up on the case. We stay with you from start to finish, from A to Z, okay? That's one of our offers to you as a law firm, your attorney. Our legal team will help you start to finish, and we answer your questions. We don't beat around the bushes. Hey, if we don't know something, we tell you the truth from day one, day zero, when we have the consultation, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible because things are changing every day. That's why we created this YouTube channel, Green Card Guys TV, because things change too often and you need to know what's going on, okay, right? If you just get the information from an immigration website or a blog, it doesn't go into detail, right? So if you have any questions, you think I skipped a beat, I skipped some information, please let me know so I can follow up and share more information, go into more detail. Hey, JT, appreciate the love. And love, I'll get to your question. Hi, Andre. So that's a couple things on that, okay? By the way, we're going to share more information about Bernie Sanders' proposal. When we get the text of the bill, we'll share it with you. All right. Now, other thing on the agenda is let's see here. Yeah, there's a couple more things. Okay, the visa bulletin. Okay, we just had, what's it called? Our other friend, Charlie from the Department of State, go on his channel and shared some information about their progress or lack of progress, I guess, if you can call it lack of progress with the cases. As you can imagine, our law firm also receives a lot of calls about this, consultations about what the heck is going on abroad, okay, at the U.S. consulates, embassies. Some locations are shut down, some are open, some are limited. I mean, for the most part, they're all limited, right? Because also social distancing. But I know Vietnam is closed. We had a couple clients to help both their parents supposed to have an interview. They got canceled for daggum COVID. Okay, so please, if you have the opportunity to get vaccinated, I'm calling out to you. Please get vaccinated. I understand you may have some health concerns, but please research it. Do your due diligence. Sure, if you don't want to depend on CDC, I completely get it. Talk to other doctors. Talk to a number of doctors, just like why we're sharing news here, information, tips. I bet you're not only talking to me. You probably talk to another lawyer, talk to multiple doctors, but even doctors don't know all information about vaccine, okay? But I'm not going to continue the rant. I'll stop the rant there. But friends, if you want your interview scheduled and you're still backlogged, talk to your friends, talk to your homies, tell them get vaccinated because freaking the variant is serious, my friends. It's killing all people. It's putting more people in the hospital. You're more likely to get hospitalized if you don't have the vaccine, right? So I get it. You may have some situation that you're concerned about the vaccine. Please get more medical advice. I'm not here to give you medical advice, but I'm telling you, this is why visa interviews are backlogged. Over 500,000 cases. I think I talked about the numbers in a separate episode. I believe before the pandemic, it was like around 200 or 300,000, but now it's over 500,000 cases are backlogged waiting for the interview. And a lot of times it's shut down only because the pandemic is rising. The numbers of cases are rising in that particular country. So please, friends, tell your homies, get vaccinated if you can. I know some countries it's difficult. Okay, then in that case, we need to tell Biden administration, send some more vaccines to your country, okay? We need to help each other out. There's a worldwide crisis here. As you can see, I'm still working from home, right? So Hey, I would love to go back to office someday. Still paying rent over there. Um, hey, Lena, thank you. Alvin, nice to see you, my friend. Alvin, I remember your DV case. Hopefully, you got some progress on that one. Um, let's see. So, but if you got questions like, anyway, sorry, I'm going on a rant. So let me go back to the visa bulletin news. Okay, so a couple more things. There's some. I got a long list of things, but like EB3 for India retrogressed or hasn't moved at all. Family based F4 has not moved for like Mexico and India. Okay, China, it's not much progress. They say by September the F4 category should bump up slightly. Okay, worldwide, including Mexico and Philippines, but they didn't mention for India. So sorry, friends. But even more recent, if you have a sibling and you're a U.S. citizen and you have a sibling who's abroad, who's thought about coming to America eventually, yeah, maybe they say they're going to visit, but they don't know for sure they want to move here. It's a big decision, especially if they have a spouse and kids and where they live now. Look, if you want to give your siblings a great holiday present or birthday gift, file the dadgum petition I-130, okay? Get them in line. Why are you waiting? Especially for India, China, and Mexico and Philippines have a long wait time. Just get it done. File the petition. Even if your family member says no, they don't want to move to America right now. Everything's crazy in America. I get it. Okay, there's a lot of violence right now, but America's not going to be like this all the time. I know politicians are talking about preventing crime and things like that. It's not always going to be crime all the time. Okay, it's ebb and flow. It always goes up and down. All right. So please don't be scared about that. If you're interested in filing a petition, you know who to call. Okay, 346-330-5888. By the way, friends, if you're interested in the preliminary 15-minute about immigration, okay, if you got questions about other things, non-immigration, we usually refer that out, okay, for the most part. We have other people on our legal team to help you on that, by the way, but that's not free. You still got to pay a consultation for that. But for immigration, share this not-so-secret code, green card guys, and we'll get you taken care of, okay? We'll see if we can point you in the right direction. And sometimes we can't help you, but that's why we offer this free 15 minutes, because you may have talked to like one or two other lawyers, you're still not sure, or something's changed. We don't want you in a situation you're going to keep paying consult fee. I get it. Time's tough right now because of pandemic, but if you are stuck in a situation and it's less than 30 days, you got to file a motion to reconsider, appeal. That's a situation, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, that's going to be expensive. Okay, I'm not going to talk about price here, but don't be surprised if you got to pay more for that, because we got to put some cases to the side. Everyone wants their case to be taken care of and have an update almost every week. We try our best, okay, but we had to put some cases aside if you got a case less than 30 days out, okay, that need attention. Okay, deadlines are very important for us. And by the way, that's part of our offer. We comply with deadlines. We love to mail out the application at least 1 to 2 weeks before the deadline, okay? Because they don't consider it the day we mail it out, okay? It's a day they receive the package as complying with the deadline. All right, so let's see here. Okay, kind of went on a little side note there, but back to Visa Bulletin news. So, Charlie, our good friend Charlie with Department of State, there's honestly not much you can do. I know a lot of y'all complaining and like talking with him, chatting with them and saying, hey, use the previous visas that were unused from the previous fiscal years and allocate it to this year or next year, right? So it can bump it up. From what I understand, it's not up to Charlie, our good friend. It's not up to the Department of State. It's up to Congress, okay? That's why I think it's Zoe Lofgren, representative of California, I believe, that proposed that bill, the EAGLE Act, to help with that, okay? That's so I'm pretty sure it has to go through Congress. Okay, doesn't necessarily have to increase the quota, but it can certainly help if the law is passed to allow the Department of State to easily do this. There's probably a reason why the Department of State didn't do it yet. So please understand the lawmaking process and also regulation-wise here in the United States. It would be great if Charlie could just click a button and do it, but it's not that simple. Otherwise, I would think they do that by now. But also at the same time, I'm thinking if I were working at Department of State, if I were the head up there too, they've got a lot of people who already, show the priority has reached, and there's still 500,000 cases waiting for interview. So pretty sure they don't want to just open it up completely because it'll just continue the backlog. And no one likes backlogs, which, by the way, I realized I forgot to talk about. Oh, wait, I didn't get there yet. I'm a little slow today. There's a lot of information to share with y'all, okay? Visa Bulletin. I was looking at that earlier this morning. Yeah, not much movement, very little movement, okay? So I was telling y'all, here's a tip. Also, if you are an F2A category or you have a relationship F2A, which is if you are a permanent resident and you have a spouse and you have children, okay? Children meaning under 21, and you have a spouse and you are a permanent resident, that is F2A. Okay, you want to file petition ASAP. Do not wait on this. We have some people who consulted with us. We've been following up. We think we do a pretty good job follow up because I know you get busy. We try to follow up at least once a month to say, hey, you're eligible. You need to file this, okay? Because we know they want to file it, but they're busy. But I don't know why they don't put immigration as priority, but really, please put it as a priority. That's why we update people. We call people after you contact us, of course. You need to fill out the intake form down below. Actually, I know it's not on this one. I had to go on the laptop for this live show, but we'll put the link, or you can go to my other videos. The link is there for it starts with Ting Law for the intake form. And once you fill it out, our team will give you a call within 24 hours if it's a business day, okay? Otherwise, if you fill out on a Saturday or Sunday, we'll call you on Monday. All right. We just try to streamline it. Another offer, by the way, part of our law firm, if you hire us, we reduce internal processing time. We have fast turnaround, okay? Of course, we need the evidence from you. If you don't have the evidence from you, we can't file it, okay? So it's teamwork, okay? It takes teamwork, but we are very intentional. Our system, our automation reminds us when to file things and remind you, hey, what's going on? We need to do this. XYZ, which reminds me, here's some rule changes. So next, there's a lot more I could talk about the visa bulletin, but it's all very similar. There's a visa backlog, okay? There's retrogression. So, but there's one other thing. If you change address, you change your email, your contact information in general, you need to update the National Visa Center. Otherwise, how can the government find out and contact you when the priority date is reached? So, by the way, do not depend on the government to update you when your priority date is reached. You need to check every month, because some cases, especially for EB4, for some of our special immigrant visa clients, they got bumped up. Okay, so we got bumped up quick in the past year. So you need to check. It doesn't matter which category you're in. Check it out. Okay. So that's about it for the visa bulletin topic. Stay with me, okay? I'm almost done here. New rule changes for court. My friends, finally, okay. Attorney General Merrick Garland brought back administrative closure for the EOIR. EOIR stands for Executive Office Immigration Review, aka Immigration Court. He brought back administrative closure. So if you don't know what this is a situation when the let's say you're in immigration court because you've received a notice to appear document to go to court at a future date. Then what's it called? You can, and let's say you get married after your case is in proceedings, but you haven't had the trial yet, okay? But you're eligible for a green card through marriage or some other way, and you're eligible. Then we can request the court to close your case. In fact, of course, number one, I would request them to terminate your case, dismiss your case from court. But the other thing is, Worst case scenario, we can admin close it. Okay, we had reopened a case a couple years ago, even though it was during Trump administration, because we were at the point where we could continue the case with the USCIS for adjustment for the green card. Okay. Sorry if you hear that noise. My dog is sniffling. I guess he's a little sick. Yeah, he's breathing a little hard. If you're like me, I love dogs, but man, they are expensive. They're basically a kid. So, anyways, let's see. I was supposed to talk about what's next. Okay. Anyway, so that's good news for rule changes for court. Okay. Hey, buddy, you okay? I need to give him a treat soon. New asylum case. I'm expecting new asylum cases to come. Okay. Sharing this with you because this can, of course, my goodness. Sharon, if I have a really good mic, you could probably hear it. Let me know in the comments if you can hear my dog. I don't know if he's sleeping, but he lifted his head, so hopefully he's okay. I'm expecting more asylum cases. By the way, I don't, and I'll tell you why in a second. But by the way, I don't do the asylum cases anymore. We have someone else, another attorney on our legal team to help with that, and this is all he does. Okay, this is all he does. He used to work for the government. He knows this from the what do you call it? The back of your head, the back of your hand. This is all he does. Okay, he only does asylum. So if you have any questions about that, you can we'll get you connected with him. Okay, but he's also worked for the government, for the Department of State and USCIS, so he really knows with the back of his hand. Okay, that's what I meant to say. But I expect more asylum cases because of all the unfortunate things going on, all the violence going on in Haiti. I believe it was a prime minister that was assassinated. I really hope the United States was not behind this. I'm not going into any conspiracy theories. I think a country came out and said that they did it, right? I don't know, but even if some other country said they did it, who really knows, right? But these are the kind of things, when this happens, people are going to leave their country. So if you're conservative, you're Republican watching this, when things happen in other countries, this is another reason why people come to America. They want peace, liberty, and freedom to practice their own religion, freedom to just be who they are. Because let's say like you're a Chinese minority in a Muslim majority country, let's say like Indonesia, then if there's violence going on there, then you're going to flee the country you're living in, right? So even if that person is a national of that country, but they're a minority religion or minority ethnicity in that country, that's a possible reason to file for asylum. So anyways, again, I don't personally handle these cases anymore. Now that I've met an attorney that only does this, he's part of our team that helps with this. So that's all he does anyway. Okay, last item, friends. There's a possible new sheriff, okay? There's a possible new sheriff in town. Hey, Ali Burr, thanks for the $5. I didn't know that was possible. I appreciate that. Or it says $5 super sticker. I need to research this to know what that means, but yeah, that would be great. Yeah, friends, if you have any more questions, please drop in the comments. I'll address those afterwards. Sheriff, that's right. Okay, so sheriff, there's a former sheriff out of Houston. Okay, he just went, and he's been nominated by a Biden administration to be the new ICE director. Okay, yeah, for ICE. Okay, Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. So he's just in our backyard. Okay, in Harris County. He has local experience, enforcement experience. I'll tell you some of the things about this guy is that. Sorry, just got a notification that I need to get off the show soon because I got some consults. Okay, so anyways, real quick about them. When he became sheriff of Harris County, I think at least 6 years ago, maybe 2016, 2017, actually when Trump became president, he ended a program called 287G. Okay, that's for the most part an agreement between a county level, okay, basically with ICE, so that ICE can have certain personnel and also train some of the people working in the county jail, okay, to basically share information. He ended that program, but there is data, so that's good news. But at the end of the day, these Republican senators gave him a hard time about that. But at the end of the day, the numbers actually show that more immigrants who were detained, who were jailed, were referred to ICE anyway. So 287G program or not, it's just all political talk. Who gives a damn? Okay. At the end of the day, Ed Gonzalez, sheriff, he's going to enforce a law. Okay. It's not going to be like pro immigration for everything. I am glad that he ended a 287G program, but the numbers went up during that. Okay. If it's a serious crime, of course, local officials are going to refer certain people to ICE, but it's their own priority. Okay. 287G is more, they have, they're going to refer everyone who's has no immigration status in America. Okay. But, and for the most part, if let's say you put in jail because you haven't paid your traffic tickets, which, hey, here's a reminder to get that done, then they're not going to refer you to ICE. I mean, I just had a consultation almost every couple of weeks about someone who got released from Harris County or a local county jail, and they had a low-level type of offense, criminal offense, and they did not get referred to ICE for custody. Thank goodness. That costs a lot more money, obviously, in time. It's a lot of headache, stress for your family. So please, this is another situation. You need to hire a lawyer, immigration lawyer, if you have no status, to give advice to your criminal defense lawyer, because it's a lot of news, legal information to know. Okay. So anyway, of this guy, he just got grilled, I believe, earlier this week or last week in the Senate. Okay. So hopefully he gets confirmed. Honestly, usually I would prefer someone who has federal experience, but who has an understanding of what's going on behind the scenes with ICE. But clearly we have a new presidency, and the previous presidency was anti-immigration. So I could probably understand why President Biden's team doesn't want anyone that's currently, who was newly installed within the last previous administration. Okay. So anyway, there's news. The one thing I wanted to share previously, the previous bullet about the what's it called? I'm going to blank here, about the administrative closure. The good news about that, okay, judges love this, right? If they know that they don't want their cases, get their cases to be backlogged, okay, the court to be backlogged, okay, because I'll give you an example. There's some data out there that there's over 1 million cases that are all across the country, nationwide, that they're still pending. They haven't had the trial date yet, okay? So I'm sharing this because then the numbers can go down, right? They can go through USCIS, the process. But look, this is another reason why you need a lawyer. You can't hire an immigration consultant, a paralegal, or a notario, notary public to do this, because they can't. You have to be BIA accredited, which is the appeals court of immigration court, or you need a lawyer, a licensed attorney to help you do that. So you really should consult with it. Hey, it doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be our law firm, a team law group, but there's a bunch of good lawyers out there. Smash the like button. Okay. Immigration lawyers are trying to help you out. Okay. So, and if you have a bad experience, poor experience with someone, I apologize on behalf of them, because this is why another reason I created this YouTube channel, really want to share the truth and share it as soon as possible. If something comes down the pipeline with the news, don't just depend on Fox News. Please don't watch Fox News. First of all, try to watch something that's, I guess you could say, as neutral as possible, right? I know that's difficult these days, but there are some news platforms that are neutral. Okay. Let's see here. So anyway, that immigration reform, the latest proposal, it could cover 10 million people. So if Senator Manchin and Senator Cornyn get their acts together and get their folks in line, then we can get somewhere here. Okay. By the way, friends, if you're abroad and you can't call us directly with our US number, we are on WhatsApp with the same number, 346-330-5888. And if you're tired of waiting for your visa interview, or or you already had your interview and you got the 221G document and you waited at least 30 to 60 days, give us a call and fill out the intake form. It starts with Ting Law. We'll add it to the description box after the show. Please give us a call because we don't want you waiting 6 months plus and your employer, especially if it's employment based, is waiting and considering to terminate your contract because you're still not in America. This is a time to get going. Okay, the government likely will not process your case. Sometimes they will, but most likely, percentage wise, we've talked to a lot of people. A lot of people are waiting 2 months plus, and then they're reaching like this CSPA, child status protection age, is almost going to be over 21 for certain people. So you need to give us a call. We'll help you. Okay, this is what we call the solution is mandamus lawsuit against the federal government. Okay, we sue a bunch of the immigration agencies because it's really important that they get their act together too. It doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. The government is slow. Okay, these are policies. Doesn't matter if it's blue or red in this kind of situation. Okay. Let's see what else to cover. Okay, your questions. Okay, going to love on your DS to 60 visa application. When it asks if someone helps you on the petition filing for your husband, do I put that I'm the one that helped because he's in? If they ask a question that says like prepare, that usually means like if you hired a lawyer to help you. But if your information is already on it, then you don't have to put your I mean, if you want to feel comfortable, it doesn't hurt to put your information as a preparer. That's fine too. There's no wrong answer on that one. Okay. Hello, JT. Hello, Lena from New York. Alvin, I know you're abroad. I can't remember which country. But Alvin, you got a question. Can I update you on the DV process? I think, okay, yeah, you received email. You have received the email. I remember you received the email before, but is this a new email recently? Because any update about DV 2021? Look, the update is you need to file for expedite request. Okay, we're gonna have a special webinar just for you YouTube subscribers. Okay, we're gonna put a link out so you can sign up for it. Okay, I know I've been saying that for a couple weeks, but my wife gave birth a couple weeks ago, so it's been a lack of sleep, as you could imagine. If you have children, you know what I'm talking about. But the update for DV is you need to get that interview. You need to file expedited request. If you don't know how to do it, we're going to have a free webinar for you. But you need to do that because everything shows current on the visa bulletin for DV for every single country, okay, for related to diversity visa. So that's not an issue for DV 2021 fiscal year winners. The issue now is getting the daggum interview. Okay, so you need to request expedite request. Okay, and give them all the information that they want. So I don't remember which country you're out of, Alvin Darvin, but if you need help with that, because fiscal year ends September 30th. 30th is the last day of September. So if you don't get the interview, you don't get the visa by then. I'm sorry, but then you have to reapply. Okay, so. I don't know what's going on in your specific concept, but fill out the intake form, okay, Alvin? You may have done that already. I can't remember. I'll ask my cares team to take a look. You may have. We'll ask our cares team to take a look. Okay, so G. Stewart, what do you? So by the way, Alvin, if you have a specific question about it, let us know because it looks like a more of a general question. G. Stewart, would you be put in removal if your VAWA is denied? So in general, I believe it was 2018 or earlier under Trump administration, they had a policy back then that said anyone who is denied in general, any case, will be referred to immigration court. You know, I've had a couple denied, unfortunately, because they lied to me. They didn't tell me all the information. So I'm sharing that because they were not referred to immigration court, to EOIR. So that is a good thing, okay? So, but you're asking VAWA specifically. Look, if there's going to be a case that is denied that's going to be sent to refer to immigration court removal proceedings, it's less likely to be VAWA just because of the nature of the type of case. But if you're VAWA, I don't know why your VAWA be denied. I haven't looked at the numbers on this, but actually that's a good reason for me to look. Don't file a fraudulent VAWA application. Don't file anything fraudulent with the USCIS or any government, right? Because if you think I don't know why you're supposed to be denied, but if you're telling the truth, it should be approved, okay? All right, and the USCIS, they're trained to detect if someone is lying or not, okay? They're really good about that. Let's see. Ali Bear, thanks for the donation. I didn't know that was possible. I remember getting an email about it. I really appreciate it if that is what it means. A super sticker. Appreciate it. Okay. Hey, friends. If you love our content like Ali, smash the like button. I don't expect any donations or tips. I appreciate it, though. Maybe that'll help pay for a couple diapers here and there. That would be great. But anyway, hey, John, you have an associate degree and you're actually an OPT. Okay, great. Your company's ready to sponsor you. Is it possible? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Even if you have an associate degree and not like I guess people call it like 4-year college degree, that's still possible. So fill out the intake form. I know I don't have it in the description box in this video, but we'll add it later, or you can check out other videos. We're happy to speak with you, Ali, and also your point of contact with your employer, okay, your sponsor, and give them a rundown, explain A to Z, all the steps, because sponsoring for whether it's H-1B temporary visa or for PERM, for green card, employment-based green card, it's a long process. So even if they Google search, Bing search it, we have everything in a free guide, okay? So we're happy to share it with them. So they have all information in one source. You have been working and also with your Social Security, would it be a problem? Well, if you've been working with OPT, then that's fine. So that'd be okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay, Ali, but fill out the intake form. It starts with Ting Law. And by the way, share that free code, green card guys, okay? Raul G, you said you sent your 485 and 765. Okay, great. You received a notice. Great. To reuse your biometrics. Do I think they will receive your EAD quicker than 7.5 to 10.5 months? It's possible. I mean, I've had even green cards approved in less time, but I think it's a fluke. Okay, I don't think it's anything special I did, but we do review things very diligently. We have a checklist. We have a checklist, internal checklist, and an external checklist with USCIS, right? So we make sure, it's kind of like surgery. We want to make sure that nothing's left behind with the package. So in general, we believe, even like at my interview this morning, things happen quicker because we are organized. We organize the file appropriately, okay, for the officer to just flip through it quick. That's what we want them to do. If the interview, friends, by the way, if you already had your interview and if it was more than 30 minutes and you don't know if it's a red flag, that's probably a red flag. And I'm talking about inside the interview room, like the 8.5 by 8 by 8 room, okay, or 10 by 10 room. If it took more than 30 minutes, and that's a possible problem. You probably received a request for evidence or something like that. But my record times are usually 15 minutes. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea. All right. Let's see here. So you could get it in less time. Okay, I can't promise, but it just depends on the office. Okay. Sometimes, most of the time during the pandemic, most people have been receiving those notices to reuse the biometrics. But sometimes they'll get another notice that says to actually go get it done. So I know that'd be frustrating. But another thing is make sure your address is correct, because we've had a couple clients that did not tell us a new address. We talk about this all the time. Update us with a new address. People move, especially during pandemic. A lot of y'all moving, and that's fine. Maybe you want to pay less tax or live in a tiny home or a mobile home. Life is different because of pandemic, but give us the address. Consider us like family, right? Oh, I mean, I get it. Some family, you wouldn't tell them your new address. I get it. But consider us more important than them, okay? Because we need to know your new address to update USCIS and immigration court. They take that very seriously. Okay, so I can't say, but I mean, we've had cases, some clients that get the EAD sooner. And the reason, going back to changing address, we've updated address at least 1 month before one of our clients got the EAD 765 approved, and USCIS still mailed it to the previous address. So that's why I say update USCIS or EOIR as soon as possible, okay? Don't wait on it. It's just going to delay the process, which, by the way, that also means forward your address through USPS, even though you filed, you do it yourself or complete the AR11 online to change your address with USCIS. Forward your address to your new location through USPS. Okay, so some free tips right there. That's free advice. That's priceless right there. Okay, next question. Next question is Tarsum. Hi, sir. Can I get a travel document if your asylum application 589 is pending in court? Technically, you can file I-131 advanced parole, but would I do it? I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, it's got a cost, I think, almost $600. But would I do it? Probably not. I mean, you could, but please, for the love of any God that you follow, do not travel to the country that you are filing asylum for. So I'm just going to make it up. If you suffer some persecution or have fear of persecution, let's say, I'm just going to make up, let's say your country of nationality is China, do not go back to China. Don't even go close to it. I get it. It's tough. You might have some family members suffering through illness or sickness or just passed away. I hate to say, but we just have to be real these days with pandemic. I know it's tough. Don't travel. You're going to sabotage your case. And they're going to say, look, if the government's got to find out because there's a travel manifest, there's documentation that's going to be on the customs website. They're going to know where you traveled to. So please be careful about that, okay? We have some people call in and ask if they could still continue asylum application after they went back to the country that they claimed fear. So, of course, for the government, they're going to be like, well, then you don't claim fear anymore if you go back to that country. But technically, Tarsum, yes, you can file the I-131. Okay, James, how long does it take to get a joint motion reopen based on an approved I-130 petition and a legal entry and EOR to adjust your 485? Well, actually, what we do, well, I mean, usually a month or so, but we follow up. We've had some pending joint motion reopen or motion recalendar with the courts across the country, and we update. This is part of our automation system. Okay, we update ourselves every week to call in all these courts to be like, hey, buddy, what's going on with my client's motion? Is it going to be granted, or what's the status on it? So, I mean, every court has standard operating procedures different, but some courts, I mean, average, I would say 30 days, okay, especially when it's joint motion to reopen. But maybe you had a lawyer. If you did, then typically, a lawyer would prepare a cover letter and explain on there, there's a joint motion reopen. Especially, I don't think it's your situation, but we have some clients who have the I-360 approved, and it's based on priority date for special immigrant juvenile. So that's determined by the visa bulletin. So when it reaches that point, we update the government, say, we show them visa bulletin, hey, it's ready. You need to get this reopened and closed out, dismissed, actually. So actually, James, in your situation, what we would do is, in addition to the joint motion to reopen, we'd also request a motion to recalendar. Well, reopen. So yeah, yours is completely closed. But let's say it was administratively closed, and it's still in the court, but just not active. Then we ask for a motion to recalendar, and also motion to dismiss in the same motion, same document. Okay, so it could just streamline it better. We're doing this a lot for many clients because the government, Department of Homeland Security, is saying they're open to it, which they were not open to it during Trump administration. Who knew, right? Surprise, surprise. But yeah, James, in general, that's what I would do. Joint motion reopen. Sua sponte is what we call it. If it's been more than 30 days, please hire a lawyer. Okay. This is very detailed information that the judges want to see, and we know what they want to see. So please consult with the immigration lawyer. And you might not need to get it adjusted through court. Okay. Especially these days with Biden administration, they might dismiss it in total. So you could file a motion to reopen and motion to dismiss in the same document. Okay, Ibrahim. Hi, sir. I have. You have a B1, B2. How to know I need a waiver? Come back USA. Your VAWA was approved. Well, let's put it this way. If you overstayed your visa previously, and it's been more than 180 days of your overstay, then you definitely need a waiver. If it's between 180 days to 365, 364 days that you overstayed and you finally left, then that's a 3-year bar. If it's more than 365 or more days outside America, then that's a 10-year restriction. So yes, you can apply for a non-immigrant waiver in general. Okay, so I believe that form is I-192. Okay, you can go to the USCIS website about that. Of course, especially related to, man, I've been talking for an hour. Almost done, y'all. Please smash the like button, hit the like button, give us some love, appreciate it. Put a comment out there, send us a question. Let us know where you're watching from, okay? What's it called? So if you've been outside, if you overstay more than that time frame, and you're within that time frame, the 3 years or the 10 years since the last time you left the country, United States, then yes, you need to apply for a waiver. If it's been more than 3 years or the 10-year time period, then you do not have to file that waiver. It just depends on your facts. So Ibrahim, if you would like us to review your immigration history in the United States, please let us know. Fill out the intake form. Again, no, I don't have the link in my chart right now or my description box, but you can look at the previous episode or my website, greencardguys.com. You can find more information there. And congrats on your VAWA approval. I'm really happy for you. Okay, we're happy to guide you. So fill out the intake form or just give us a call. Okay, that might be even faster, but we do prefer if you fill out the intake form. It saves us some time. Okay, so here's some information about us. Hey, last Minecraft player. Oh man, is the world coming to an end if you're the last one? Greetings from California. Oh, that's nice. Are you by the beach? Enjoy the waters, my friend. Oh, glad it's no longer June. No more June bloom or June gloom. I know that's what y'all call it. Dahlia. Okay, I can cover Dahlia's question and James again, but I think that's all I can cover for now, okay? I need to get some water. I need my cup ready for next time. Hopefully I pronounced your name right, Dahlia. My case is PD, administrative. Okay, PD, so priority date is reached, administrative closed, and you got rejected for work permit. You need my suggestion from California. Hey, Cali folks, what's up? Let me know how the weather is. Much better than Texas. My goodness, it's freaking hot in here in southern Texas. Okay, so you got your work permit rejected. Yeah, that usually happens when your case is administratively closed. If you mean PD as in your prior day is reached for your preference category, this is the time to probably reopen it, okay? Or get in your situation, recalendar and dismiss, okay? Because USCIS will send you, probably already sent you a letter that said, hey, your case is administrative closed, so they can't act on your case. They can't make a decision. So that's why you need to get it recalendared in your situation and dismissed. Okay, Dahlia, even though you're in California, we can still assist you. We have a lot of clients in California that we help. And even if you needed someone to go in person for court for some odd reason, then we have attorneys that can help you in California. Okay. All right, James. So Dahlia, please fill out the intake form and give us a call. It looks like we can help you. James, if motion to reopen is approved, how long does it take for EOIR to adjudicate the 485? Okay, so that's what you meant. Adjudicate the process of 485. Would you recommend terminate it or do it through USCIS? Well, you can't do it through Oh, yes, Absolutely, James. That's what I was talking about. I highly recommend giving the Biden administration their priorities on focusing on people who have certain crimes and national security and public safety concerns. I recommend filing a joint motion to reopen. Of course, joint meaning you need to get the Department of Homeland Security on your side. Okay, sounds like you might have a lawyer ready, but yes, I would, if you already know about the joint motion. If you don't get Department of Homeland Security on your side, then it's not called a joint motion. It's just a motion, basically. Motion to reopen. And yes, I recommend to terminate so that it allows your case to go process through USCIS. And here's why. Because if your 485 is denied by a judge through court, you're denied. You're going to be order removed. So if you get it terminated and you have USCIS and they deny your case for some reason, hopefully not, but knock on wood, it gets approved. But if it's denied by USCIS, then your case could get referred back to immigration court. So it's basically a second bite to the apple, okay? Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea. So absolutely, file the motion to reopen and to terminate together, okay? And you do not file the motion by itself. If you have a lawyer, hopefully they know this, but, well, every lawyer knows this, but you would provide it with your, let's just say it's marriage-based, then you provide evidence of marriage. And no, evidence of marriage does not just mean a marriage certificate. It's a lot more than that, okay? Joint bank accounts, for example. And don't give me excuses. We have some new clients and they say, I can't get a joint bank account. Look, when there's a will, there's a way. Ask every single daggone bank you can. Credit union, doesn't matter. I think credit unions are a little bit more strict, but do not give up. USCIS loves joint bank accounts. They love joint financial documents. So look, if you're one of those folks that, oh, my money is my money and their money is their money, I don't care. Get a joint bank account. Get your act together, okay? Don't be so stringent on that, man. Open your minds, please. Please. You want the best case scenario? We're here to give you the tips. All right. All right, Julio Ramirez. Hello, attorney. Can you please tell me how to be a U.S. citizen by investment? How quick? Oh, boy. It takes a long time, but it depends which one. If you're in a country of treaty country of E1, E2, for example, you could take over a business, meaning you could buy an existing business in America, or you can open a franchise. Okay, we have information about that. We can send you a free guide. You fill out the intake form, Julio. But if you're thinking about like EB5, that type of program for $500,000 up, right now it's back to $500,000, but it's very limited still through the court system. They said that it could go back to $500,000, but there are some restrictions on that. Okay. So, Julio, this looks like a prime opportunity. We can help you, share some advice with you, strategize with you which one's best. But usually E1, E2 is our preferred route, recommended route if your country of nationality is part of that list, okay? All right. Happy to help you. And Julio, we do have, I believe we have previous videos about that. So if you search in our playlist, we might have something on that. Okay, Jorge Vasquez, good morning to you. Okay, y'all. Well, I reached an hour. I need to get some water and I need to get to the consultation. So, by the way, if you're just tuning in and would like a free 15-minute preliminary assessment, give us a call. Here's the number. Text us, WhatsApp. Share the not so secret code, Green Card Guys. And our cares team will get you taken care of, get some more information from you and set you up for a preliminary discussion. Okay, friends? Greatly appreciate it. 3-star, good afternoon to you. Oh, man, it's getting late. I'm already halfway done with the day. Okay, friends. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.